Hi everyone and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're baking. That's right, we're making some delicious and fluffy vanilla cupcakes with a whipped cream cheese frosting that's about to blow your mind. If you know me, you know I love making desserts, so let's get started. Start by combining the dry ingredients. In a mixing bowl, sift 2 1/3 of a cup of cake flour to get rid of any lumps. Also sift 1 tablespoon of baking powder over the flour. Add half a teaspoon of salt and whisk to combine to ensure all the ingredients are mixed evenly. Once done, set the bowl aside. In a separate container, add 3 room temperature large eggs, 2/3 of a cup of room temperature milk, and since these are vanilla cupcakes, pour in 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Just like that, set aside. In a mixing bowl, combine 3/4 of a cup of unsalted room temperature softened butter and 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar. With a paddle attachment, cream on medium-high speed for about 5 minutes or until light and fluffy. Scrape the sides of the bowl as needed to make sure everything is well blended. Once creamed and the butter looks light and fluffy, add in the dry ingredients and half of the wet ingredients. Start the mixer on stir, which is the lowest speed to prevent a cloud of flour from taking over your kitchen. Okay, some of the flour is still trying to escape. If needed, add less flour, wait until just combined, and then add the remainder of the flour and half of the wet ingredients mentioned earlier. Now let it mix for 2 minutes on medium speed. Then add the other half of the wet ingredients. Again, be careful and start the mixer on the lowest speed. Let it mix for another 2 minutes. Your batter will be smooth and ready to scoop. Make sure you preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Place the baking cups in a sheet pan and leave some space in between them. I personally love these because the shape and design definitely make them look elegant. Scoop the batter in the cups, making sure they are filled 3/4 of the way. This recipe will give you 12 cupcakes. I like to use an oven thermometer, which helps to confirm my oven has reached the correct temperature. Quickly and carefully place the cupcakes in the oven and bake for 25 to 28 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. All right, I'm pumped and so excited. While the cupcakes bake, I want to invite you to subscribe. Go ahead and give us a huge thumbs up if you are as excited as I am. And don't forget to click the notification bell. Midway through baking, rotate the pan so they can bake evenly and allow them to finish baking. When the cupcakes are done, place on a rack to cool down. On a side note, these colored cups are a bit larger than the regular large white liners, so if you decide to use those instead, you will get more servings from this recipe. And there you have it, a clean toothpick. When warm, I like to remove them from the sheet pan and place them directly on the rack to cool the rest of the way. For the frosting, add to a mixing bowl 8 ounces of softened cream cheese and mix on medium-high speed until creamy and smooth. Then transfer to a large bowl. Next, add 1.5 cups of cold whipping cream to a cold mixing bowl. Also add 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Transfer to the mixer and whip on medium speed, allowing the ingredients to blend well and the cream to thicken. Increase the speed a little bit and stop once you achieve a firm peak. Back to the cream cheese. Give it a quick mix just to make sure it's still creamy and soft. Then take 1/3 of the whipped cream and fold it in. You want everything to mix well, but it's also important to be gentle with it. Fold in the rest of the whipped cream in 2 separate portions. By folding, we are being careful not to break the texture of the whipped cream and still get everything mixed in. The end result will have some of the firmness of the cream cheese and airiness of the cream. This frosting holds its shape beautifully, which makes it perfect for cupcakes. If you're not using it right away, cover and place it in the fridge. I'm ready, so let's start piping. I'm using a large open star tip. I will link to some items I'm using in this video down in the description box, including this piping tip if you're interested. Place the tip in the bag and fill halfway with the frosting. Then twist to seal. Pipe a generous amount of frosting, or as much as you desire, over each cupcake. Make sure the cupcakes have cooled completely or the frosting will melt. It's time to decorate. My first choice is edible pearls. They are elegant and they make the cupcakes look like $1 million without much effort. These are rose gold, and I'm also going to be adding white ones to complement. Gold or silver would be incredible as well. And I love colored sprinkles. Sprinkle over the frosting as they become irresistible by the seconds. These are fun and look deliciously colorful. Next, I'll be using raspberries. Take each one and cut in half. When you cut, don't be harsh with them and let the knife do the work so you get 2 perfect halves. Lay them on top of the whipped frosting, and if you have some, add chocolate chips for decoration or simply because you love it. These are simple details that will take your cupcakes to a whole different level. Sprinkles are popular and for a good reason. They do not only look gorgeous with minimal effort, but also pair nicely with vanilla cupcakes. This vanilla cake is delicious on its own. It's fluffy, soft, moist, and with a fine texture, perfect for a cupcake. The frosting is light and airy with a cheesecake-like flavor profile that is so good. The edible pearls are elegant. The raspberries add a sweet tart balance, and the sprinkles are fun. If you cannot pick one, I don't blame you. Have fun with all 3. They look gorgeous. You are missing out if you don't try this recipe at home. I mean, these cupcakes smell delicious, taste delicious, and they look delicious. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Remember that you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching this recipe and have a great rest of your day.